Yes, I know one of the acoustic foams are missing from the wall. I ordered some, they're on their way. Your OCD just has to deal with it. What's up guys, it's Ed back again from TechSource and welcome to Setup Wars episode 27, where you submit your desk setup to get featured on the channel. If you are new to the channel or new to the series and want to submit your desk setup, make sure to click on the link all the way down below to watch the instructions and requirements. But with all that said and done, let the Setup Wars begin. Never pay full price for games ever again, guys. G2A offers the cheapest CD keys you can find anywhere. Check them out by clicking on the link below. As always, everyone's gear for their setups will be linked down below if anyone is interested, along with anything I recommend in this episode. So with that said, here are your 5 lucky contestants. Awesome Dude, Brad, Falco, Jake, and Jason, congratulations for making it to Setup Wars episode 27. First up, we have a 13-year-old person that goes by the name of Awesome Dude. I'm not really sure why you didn't give me your name. So we have 2 Samsung 24-inch monitors, Logitech Z50 speakers on top of the Alex drawer add-on unit. Very nice to see that in Setup Wars again. On the desk, we have the Logitech MK360 keyboard and mouse combo and a Razer Vespula mouse pad. What is that sticker still doing on that keyboard though? Pretty good job with cable management. I noticed the IKEA Signum rack underneath the table where you keep all the cables on top of, and I'll give you a point for the zip ties. But yeah, a pretty simple and straightforward setup. I love the symmetry and how clean the overall desk looks. Job well done, Awesome Dude, and thank you for entering. Brad Pitt is next up with our second dual display setup. 2 Asus 24-inch monitors, an Apple wireless keyboard and Magic Mouse with a pair of Sony MDR headphones hidden in the drawer underneath. We also have an iPad 3 under the monitors. Cable management is pretty good. I noticed that you use some Velcro strips to tie the wires against the table. But if you really want to hide that ugly power strip, you can pick up an e-box cable organizer and put your entire power strip inside. That way you don't see any plugs. I think this will definitely clean up the overall look underneath your desk. Oh, and let's not forget about the LEDs, which are practically everywhere inside your room. A little too much for my taste, but overall a very simple and clean setup. Thank you, Mr. Pitt, for entering. Captain Falco is next up with an all-white setup. We have 2 Dell 27-inch ultra slim bezel monitors. God damn. You know how I feel about those thin bezels. No, but seriously, sexy monitor choice, and I love how you mounted them on the wall. We also have another Apple wireless keyboard and Magic trackpad combo, and a pair of Logitech Z333 speakers, which are spray painted in white to match the theme. Job well done. To the right, we have a MacBook Pro docked inside the Hinge dock station, and a USB 3.0 hub mounted in the center of your custom-made monitor riser. So basically, he picked up a large thin table and used the IKEA Capita legs to secure them on top of the desk. It seems like you really put in a lot of thought into your setup, and it turned out beautiful. Cable management is pretty good. Once again, we have the IKEA Signum rack holding all the wires, but as long as they're off the ground, it works for me. On the other side of the room, you have a 60-inch Sony TV with a PS4 and PS3 console underneath. Team Sony, baby. Honestly, I have nothing to recommend. Everything is symmetrical, organized, and you have yourself a very clean and gorgeous setup. Thank you, Falco, for entering Setup Wars. Jake Gyllenhaal is next up with somewhat of a black and red setup. We have 2 Asus 23-inch monitors, a Razer Deathstalker keyboard, and a Death Adder mouse on a Corsair extended mouse pad. We also have a pair of ATH M50X headphones on top of the Thermal Take headphone hanger, and a pair of Logitech Z4 speakers. We also have a Rode NT mic hooked up with a boom arm for recording audio. Excellent work with cable management. I see that you have a cable tube against the wall to route your wires through, and it goes all the way up against your wall to the power outlet. Which brings me to a question: why the hell is there a power outlet up there in the first place? Some countries are just weird. Pretty dope PC as well. We have a 4790K and a GTX 970 inside the NZXT Phantom looking case. The setup seems a bit cramped, mainly due to that huge PC case of yours. I also feel like the red case throws off the color balance of your setup. I mean, we have some green, some silver, and the rest of your setup is black. And then we have this giant red case next to it. But judging from that extra space near your mouse, I'd say you have plenty of room to work with. It's a little cramped, but it works. Nonetheless, thank you, Jake, for entering. Last but not least, we have Jason and his gaming room setup. So on the main desk, we have 3 Acer 23-inch monitors, which are wall-mounted, a Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard, and Naga Chroma mouse on top of the Corsair extended mouse pad, which I will never get tired of seeing. We also have some recording equipment, a Blue Snowball mic off to the side, an Audio-Technica 2035 mic on a boom arm, and an M-Audio mix amp underneath. In front of the bed, we have a 50-inch Samsung Smart TV with a PS4, Xbox One, and another 32-inch Smart TV near the setup. Do you really need all those displays? Cables are not visible, so I can't really complain or recommend things, but overall you have a really cool gaming room. Thank you, Jason, for entering. So that's it for this week's episode of Setup Wars. You guys know what to do. Drop your comments down below and vote on who has the best desk setup. And as always, I will announce the winners on Sunday on my social media accounts, or I should say my Twitter and Instagram. So make sure you guys are following me there if you want to know who wins. If you guys enjoy Setup Wars, make sure to hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video. Jake Gyllenhaal is next up with Jake Gyllenhaal.